Chapter 1. Know what matters most. The key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. Stephen Covey. The foundation of all time management. Imagine being given a perfectly organized calendar, cutting-edge productivity tools, and the most efficient task list imaginable, yet still feeling overwhelmed, distracted, and unsatisfied. Why? Because time management isn't first about tools. It's about clarity. Until you know what truly matters to you, no strategy will stick. You'll fill your hours with activity, but not progress. You'll chase urgency, but miss meaning. You'll feel productive, but not purposeful. That's why the first and most important principle of mastering your time is this. Get crystal clear on what matters most. Not what others expect of you. Not what looks good on paper. Not what keeps you busy. But what actually matters to you. Your deepest values, priorities, and long-term goals. Without this clarity, you'll become a slave to everyone else's agenda. With it, you become unstoppable. The myth of having no time. Many people believe their biggest time problem is not enough time. But most often, the real issue is not knowing what to do with the time they have. Let's do a quick mental check. Do you know what your top 3 goals are right now? Can you name them without hesitation? Are your daily actions aligned with them? If not, you're not alone. Most people spend more time planning their next vacation than planning their actual life. They live reactively, responding to emails, messages, deadlines, and demands, rarely pausing to ask, is this the best use of my time? Busyness is not the same as progress. It's a trap. And clarity is the escape route. Discovering what truly matters. So, how do you figure out what actually matters most? Here's a step-by-step process to help you dig deep and define your core priorities. 1. Identify your core values. Start by understanding the kind of life you want to live. Ask yourself, what do I care deeply about? What gives me energy instead of draining it? What kind of person do I want to become? What impact do I want to make? Your answers might include family, freedom, creativity, health, growth, spirituality, leadership, contribution, adventure. These values are your compass. Without them, you'll drift. With them, you'll always have direction, even during chaos. Memo exercise. Write down your top 5 values. Then, narrow them down to your top 3. These will anchor your time decisions moving forward. 2. Define your life domains. Your life isn't one-dimensional. Most people have several major domains that compete for time and energy. Common ones include career or business, family and relationships, health and wellness, personal development, finances, faith or spirituality, fun and recreation, community or service. Each domain requires care and attention, but not equally and not all at once. Ask, which domains matter most right now? You might be building a business, raising young kids, or recovering your health. Your time should reflect those current priorities. Bar chart reality check. Compare your calendar with your top life domains. Do they match? If not, you're living out of alignment. 3. Set vision-level goals. Now that you know your values and life areas, it's time to get specific. What are the key goals you want to achieve over the next 6 to 12 months? Examples. Get my business to $10,000 per month in revenue. Run a half marathon. Spend 15 quality hours a week with my kids. Write the first draft of my novel. Save $5,000 for a vacation. These goals are your lighthouses. They give structure to your days and weeks. They help you say yes with confidence and no without guilt. Direct hit guideline. Limit yourself to 3 to 5 major goals. Focus beats scattered effort every time. From vague desires to clear targets. It's not enough to say, I want to be successful, or I want more free time. What does that look like, specifically? Vague goals lead to vague results. Use the SMART goal framework. Specific. What exactly do you want? Measurable. How will you track progress? Achievable. Is it realistic? Relevant. Does it align with your values? Time-bound. What's the deadline? Example. Crossmark vague. I want to be healthier. White heavy checkmark smart. I will work out 3x/week and lose 10 pounds by August 1st. This level of clarity makes scheduling easy and progress visible. Designing a life by design, not default. Here's the hard truth. If you don't choose how to spend your time, someone else will. Your inbox will choose. Social media will choose. Clients, co-workers, or even friends will choose. That's why knowing what matters most is the foundation of all-time mastery. It's your first and most powerful act of control in a distracted world. Glowing star mindset shift. Time management isn't about doing more. It's about doing more of what matters and less of what doesn't. The Top 3 Method. A simple daily practice. Each morning, or the night before, ask, what are the 3 most important things I can do tomorrow that move me closer to my big goals? Write them down. Then protect time for those 3 actions. Even if you do nothing else that day, you'll have made progress where it counts. This simple habit, done consistently, can change your entire life. Warning: the trap of false priorities. Not everything urgent is important, and not everything important is urgent. Don't let other people's demands, constant notifications, endless meetings, social expectations steal your focus from what actually matters. One of the best uses of your time is asking regularly, is this moving me closer to the life I want? If not, why are you doing it? Real-world example: the overwhelmed entrepreneur. Meet Alex, a freelancer constantly overwhelmed by tasks. He worked 10-hour days, answered every email immediately, and still felt behind. His turning point came when he realized something simple but powerful. He was spending 80% of his time on low-impact tasks that made him feel busy, but not successful. Alex paused, reflected, and identified 3 core goals: increase income, regain health, and spend more time with his partner. He rearranged his schedule, said no to smaller gigs, delegated admin tasks, started running again. Within 3 months, he earned more by working less, felt better physically, and had dinner with his partner every night. Clarity changed everything. Your turn. Action steps. Let's turn this chapter into transformation. Here's your assignment. White heavy check mark clarity checklist. Write down your top 3 values. Identify your current top 3 life domains: career, health, family, etc. Set 3 vision-level goals for the next 3 to 6 months. Use the SMART framework to clarify them. Start each day by writing down your top 3 actions that align with those goals. Chapter 2. Design your day with purpose. Either you run the day, or the day runs you. Jim Rohn. Now that you've identified what matters most in your life, your core values, goals, and priorities, it's time to bridge the gap between intention and execution. This chapter is about translating clarity into structure, giving your day a framework that protects your focus, energy, and time from being hijacked by distractions, other people's agendas, or aimless multitasking. Time, left unstructured, becomes a playground for procrastination. But time, designed with intention, becomes a powerful force for momentum, flow, and achievement. Let's begin. The illusion of the open day. We've all been there, starting a day with a vague plan to get a lot done, only to end up wondering where the hours went. A few emails turned into 2 hours of inbox ping-pong. A phone notification led to 45 minutes of scrolling. A quick check-in with a coworker became an unscheduled meeting. At the end of the day, you feel busy, but not accomplished. Here's why: an unstructured day invites chaos. Having no clear schedule is like trying to build a house without blueprints. You might make progress in random directions, but you'll waste energy, make wrong turns, and rarely complete what matters. To master your time, you must learn to design your day before the day begins. The power of daily intentions. Great days don't happen by accident. They're designed. Every high-performing individual, from elite athletes to entrepreneurs to creatives, uses some form of daily intention setting. They don't just go with the flow, they create the flow. What gets scheduled gets done. Robin Sharma. Designing your day is about answering one question. What does success look like today? That might mean finishing a proposal, attending your daughter's recital, completing your workout, taking one big step toward a long-term goal. These aren't just tasks, they're intentions with impact. Memo daily practice. Before your day begins, write down one thing that would make today successful. Your top 3 most important tasks, MITs. One thing you will not do today, a distraction to avoid. Start simple. Start small. But start with intention. The myth of being too busy. Many people think they don't have time to plan. But the truth is, you don't have time not to. 5 minutes of planning can save you hours of waste. Think of it like sharpening an axe before chopping wood. You'll work smarter, not harder. Most people are reacting all day. They're letting their email, coworkers, and to-do lists decide what gets done. And then they wonder why they're exhausted but unfulfilled. Time design is how you shift from reactive to proactive. Use time blocks to create structure. One of the simplest and most powerful time design tools is called time blocking. Instead of a long list of to-dos with no order or schedule, time blocking assigns each task to a specific period in your calendar. It's about deciding when you'll do something, not just what you'll do. Here's how it works. Puzzle piece step 1. Divide your day into chunks. Think of your day in terms of energy and focus zones. Morning block. High energy, creative work. Midday block. Meetings, collaborative work. Afternoon block. Admin, follow-ups, light tasks. Evening block. Rest, reflection, personal time. This rhythm lets you match tasks to your natural energy levels. Puzzle piece step 2. Assign specific tasks to time blocks. For example, 8 to 10 a.m., deep work, writing chapter draft. 10:15 to 11:30 a.m., client meeting. 1 to 2 p.m., admin and follow-up. 2:30 to 3:30 p.m., project planning. 5 to 6 p.m., exercise. No guessing. No, what should I do next? Just clarity. Puzzle piece step 3. Add buffers and breaks. Don't schedule yourself to the minute. Leave 10 to 15 minutes between blocks to stretch, grab a snack, transition between tasks, handle unexpected interruptions. Remember, focus isn't infinite. Build recovery into your rhythm. Build your ideal daily template. You don't need to reinvent your day from scratch every morning. Instead, build a daily template, a default structure that matches your life and goals. Here's a sample. Time activity. 7 to 8 o'clock morning routine plus planning. 8 to 10 o'clock deep work, most important task. 10 to 10:30 break or walk. 10:30 to 12 o'clock meetings/emails. 12 to 1 o'clock lunch/recovery. 1 to 3 o'clock project work/follow-ups. 3 to 4 o'clock learning/reading/admin. 5 to 6 o'clock exercise or personal activities. 6 to 9 o'clock family time/dinner/rest. Customize it to your needs. The point isn't perfection, it's intention. The morning reset. Start strong, stay aligned. One of the best habits for time mastery is a daily morning reset. Each morning, spend 10 to 15 minutes reviewing your priorities, identifying your top 3 tasks, blocking them into your schedule, declaring what you will avoid or delay. This morning ritual acts like a compass. It helps you recalibrate your time around your highest goals, not today's loudest noise. Lightbulb tip. Do it before opening your inbox. Your email is everyone else's to-do list for you. The 5 rules of daily time design. To wrap this section in practical wisdom, here are 5 timeless rules for daily time design. 1. Plan before you act. Use your mornings or evenings to design your day in advance. Planning is the fuel of intentionality. 2. Match task to energy. Do creative or strategic work when you're most alert. Save admin or low-focus work for when your energy dips. 3. Protect your priorities. Block time for your top 3 tasks every day. Treat them like immovable appointments. 4. Use buffers like breaks. Leave space between tasks. Overpacked days create burnout, not productivity. 5. Reflect daily. At day's end, review. What went well? What distracted me? What will I change tomorrow? Case study. Maria, the overbooked manager. Maria was a high-level manager in a growing tech company. Her days were packed with back-to-back meetings, endless Slack messages, and evening emails. She felt productive, but also anxious, scattered, and behind. She implemented just 2 changes. Scheduled 90 minutes of deep work every morning before meetings began. Built a focus block in the afternoon with no notifications or interruptions. Within 3 weeks, she cut meeting time by 20%. Finished key projects 2 to 3 days faster. Felt less drained and more in control. Time design didn't just give her hours back, it gave her peace of mind. Your turn. Action steps. Let's translate this chapter into action. White heavy checkmark. Design your ideal day exercise. Define your peak energy hours. When are you sharpest? Identify your top 3 daily tasks aligned to your goals. Block specific times in your calendar for those tasks. Add buffer zones and breaks. Pick a start-of-day ritual to reset each morning. Then, execute your day with intention instead of default. Chapter 3. Eliminate distractions. Reclaim focus. You will never reach your destination if you stop and throw stones at every dog that barks. Winston Churchill. Distractions are the silent thieves of progress. They don't usually barge in. They sneak in, quietly, invisibly, consistently. And over time, they rob you of your most precious asset, focused attention. You may not notice it in the moment, but every quick check of your phone, every "got a minute?" interruption, and every open tab in your browser is costing you momentum. If the first chapter gave you clarity, and the second gave you structure, this chapter gives you protection. Because without focus, clarity and structure will collapse under the weight of chaos. The cost of modern distraction. Let's start with a sobering truth. The average person checks their phone 96 times per day, about once every 10 minutes. That adds up to over 3 hours of phone time daily. And most of it is not essential. Meanwhile, office workers are interrupted every 11 minutes. It takes about 23 minutes to regain deep focus after a single interruption. Multitasking can reduce productivity by up to 40%. Distractions don't just take time, they fracture your attention, making it harder to think clearly, work deeply, or finish strong. You're not just losing minutes. You're losing flow, creativity, and mental stamina. Why you need deep focus. In today's information economy, your competitive edge isn't how fast you respond. It's how well you can focus on what matters most. Cal Newport calls this deep work, the ability to focus without distraction on cognitively demanding tasks. This is the skill that creates breakthrough ideas, high-quality work, and meaningful results. The world is full of shallow attention. You'll stand out not by working harder, but by working undistracted. Focus is your superpower. Let's reclaim it. Step 1. Identify your distraction patterns. You can't fix what you don't recognize. Start by auditing your day. Ask yourself, when do I get most distracted? What usually pulls my attention away? Phone, email, people, noise. Where am I when I lose focus? What activities lead me down the distraction rabbit hole? Keep a simple distraction journal for 3 days. Log every time you get pulled off task, what caused it, and how long it lasted. You'll start to see patterns. And patterns can be redesigned. Step 2. Build a distraction-free work zone. Once you know your triggers, it's time to design your environment for focus. Think of your workspace like a cockpit. Everything should serve the mission. Nothing should sabotage it. Locked digital environment. Turn off notifications. Yes, all of them. Even badges and banners. Use full screen mode. One app. One tab. One task. Unsubscribe and declutter. Clear your inbox of noise. Use website blockers like Cold Turkey, Freedom, or Stay Focused to limit tempting sites. Silence your phone or move it to another room during focus blocks. Man in lotus position physical environment. Clear your desk of clutter. Use noise-canceling headphones or ambient sounds to block noise. Position yourself where you're least likely to be interrupted. Your environment should tell your brain, this is where we do focused, important work. Step 3. Master your focus windows. You don't need to focus all day. You just need to master a few high-quality focus blocks. Start small. Begin with one 60 to 90-minute window per day dedicated to deep, undistracted work. This window is sacred. Protect it like a meeting with your future self. Use the 3 F's. Fixed. Put it on your calendar. Fenced. No interruptions. No email. No chat. Finished. Have a clear goal or outcome for the session. This one window can produce more results than an entire day of scattered effort. Step 4. Use the Pomodoro technique with a twist. If 90 minutes feels overwhelming, try the Pomodoro technique. Set a timer for 25 minutes. Work with laser focus on one task. Take a 5-minute break. After 4 rounds, take a longer break, 15 to 30 minutes. The key is to train your brain to work in sprints, not marathons. Short bursts of focus are more sustainable and much more effective than long, distracted grinds. Brain pro tip: don't use your break to scroll your phone. Get up, stretch, breathe. Let your mind reset. Step 5. Create a distraction recovery routine. No matter how disciplined you are, you will get distracted. The goal isn't to eliminate every interruption, it's to recover quickly when it happens. Build a simple reset routine. Close all non-essential tabs/apps. Take 3 deep breaths. Reread your original task or goal. Restart your timer, Pomodoro or otherwise. This mini ritual reboots your focus system and gets you back on track in seconds instead of hours. Step 6. Set boundaries with people. People are often the most unpredictable source of distraction, but also the most manageable, if approached with clarity and kindness. Megaphone try saying, "I'm heads down for the next hour. Can we connect after that? I'm in focus mode. Leave me a note, and I'll follow up. Let's set a time to talk so I can give you my full attention." You teach people how to respect your time by how you protect it. If your team or workplace encourages constant interruption, propose focus hours, scheduled times when everyone works without meetings, messages, or emails. Respect goes both ways. And shared focus creates better results. Step 7. Avoid the productivity mirage. Sometimes distractions disguise themselves as productive tasks. Constant email checking, over-planning, rewriting a to-do list, starting 5 projects at once, toggling between browser tabs. These are comfort tasks, things that feel useful but actually keep you from real progress. Ask yourself, is this moving me closer to my most important goal right now? If not, hit pause. Refocus. Choose the real work. Case study: Jordan the multitasker. Jordan, a talented graphic designer, was drowning in deadlines. He thought multitasking was the only way to survive, jumping from emails to design drafts to Slack messages every 10 minutes. The result? Constant anxiety, missed details, burnout. Then he tried something simple. He began blocking 90 minutes each morning for deep design work. He turned off notifications, silenced his phone, and told his team not to disturb him. Within 1 month, his output doubled. His revisions dropped. His stress melted. Jordan didn't work harder. He worked without distraction. The science of flow. Focus is more than just productivity. It's the gateway to flow, a mental state where time fades, creativity spikes, and work feels almost effortless. Psychologists call it the optimal experience. Flow is addictive in the best way. And the only way to reach it is through extended periods of undivided attention. You won't get there if you're checking your phone every 5 minutes. Want your best ideas? Your boldest work? Your breakthrough moments? Then protect your focus. Your turn. Action steps. Let's bring this home. Here's your focus-building checklist. White heavy checkmark distraction detox plan. Identify your top 3 digital distractions. Choose one time block, 60 to 90 minutes, for deep work each day. Silence all notifications during that window. Use full screen mode and single tasking. Try the Pomodoro technique if you need help focusing. Communicate your focus boundaries with others. Reflect at the end of the day. When did I feel most focused? What distracted me? Do this for 7 days. The results will speak for themselves. Chapter 4. Prioritize like a strategist. The key is not to do more, but to do more of what matters. Greg McKeown. Productivity isn't just about getting things done. It's about getting the right things done. You could clear 50 tasks off your list today and still make no real progress. That's the trap of being efficient without being effective. This chapter is about becoming ruthlessly strategic. It's about separating the essential from the noise. Because when everything feels urgent, nothing truly is. Let's learn how to prioritize with clarity, confidence, and calm. Why most to-do lists fail. The average to-do list is a cluttered mess. Buy light bulbs. Reply to Janet's email. Finish presentation. Start business plan. Research Europe trip. Call mom. There's no wait. No order. No sense of what actually matters today. When every task gets the same space on the page, they start to feel equally important, and that's a lie. Some tasks move your life forward. Others just help you feel productive. The truth? Not all tasks deserve your time. And certainly not all of them deserve it now. The power of selective focus. Every time you say yes to one task, you are saying no to 100 others. That's why prioritization isn't just an organizational skill, it's a decision-making discipline. It's not about managing tasks. It's about managing impact. You are one person with limited time, energy, and attention. The highest achievers don't try to do it all. They become masters of selective focus. They know that success isn't about doing more. It's about doing less, better. The priority filter. 3 questions to ask. Before you dive into any task, ask yourself, does this align with one of my core goals? What's the impact of completing this? Short-term and long-term. What are the consequences of not doing this today? These 3 questions act like a filter, helping you sift gold from gravel. If a task doesn't serve your goals, doesn't deliver meaningful impact, and won't cause real consequences if ignored, it's not a priority. The Eisenhower Matrix. Simple, powerful, proven. One of the most effective tools for prioritization is the Eisenhower Matrix, named after U.S. President Dwight D. Eisenhower, who famously said, "What is important is seldom urgent, and what is urgent is seldom important." This framework divides tasks into 4 quadrants. Urgent, not urgent. Important 1. Do now 2. Plan it. Not important 3. Delegate or automate 4. Eliminate or ignore. Let's break it down. Small blue diamond quadrant 1. Urgent and important, do now. These are the critical tasks that demand immediate attention. Deadlines. Emergencies. Essential meetings. Crisis response. Examples. Finalizing a client proposal due today. Responding to a customer issue. Handling a health or family emergency. Strategy. Do it now. This is your firefighting zone, but strive to reduce it over time. Small blue diamond quadrant 2. Not urgent but important. Plan it. This is where real growth happens. These are strategic high-value activities that move your life forward, but don't scream for attention. Examples. Strategic planning. Learning a new skill. Building relationships. Working on a long-term project. Strategy. Block time for these. Guard it fiercely. This is the zone of progress and transformation. Small blue diamond quadrant 3. Urgent but not important. Delegate/automate. These tasks feel pressing, but don't require your unique input. They're often other people's priorities disguised as your responsibility. Examples. Scheduling meetings. Answering generic emails. Fixing minor issues. Strategy. Delegate if possible. Automate if you can. Don't let them consume your focus. Small blue diamond quadrant 4. Not urgent and not important. Eliminate. Distractions. Time wasters. Empty busyness. Social media spirals. Excessive admin. These provide low return for your time investment. Examples. Mindless scrolling. Watching TV without intent. Checking the news for the 10th time. Strategy. Eliminate, minimize, or quarantine these. Life's too short for quadrant 4. Time management is energy management. Prioritization isn't just about time. It's about energy. Every task you touch pulls from your limited pool of mental focus and emotional stamina. That's why it's critical to tackle your top priority when your energy is highest, typically within the first 2 to 4 hours of your day. We call this your peak zone. Don't waste your best energy on low-impact tasks. That's like using premium fuel to water your lawn. The One Thing Rule. Inspired by Gary Keller's best-selling book The One Thing, this principle helps cut through overwhelm. Ask yourself, what's the one thing I can do today such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? This isn't just about efficiency. It's about leverage. When you find the one high-impact task and do it consistently, everything else aligns. White heavy check mark, maybe it's writing the first page of your book. White heavy check mark, maybe it's having that one difficult conversation. White heavy check mark, maybe it's fixing the one process that saves you hours each week. Find your one thing. Then build your day around it. Case study. Aisha the juggler. Aisha was an operations manager at a non-profit. She wore 10 hats, attended 12 meetings a week, and felt like she was constantly behind, despite working long hours. After learning the Eisenhower matrix, she took one weekend to audit her entire workload. She found 40% of her weekly tasks were in quadrant 3, urgent but not important. 30% were in quadrant 4, not urgent or important. Only 20% were strategic tasks that truly moved the mission forward. She started delegating admin work, trimming meetings, and blocking 90 minutes every morning for her most important project. 3 months later, her team was hitting KPIs faster. She worked 1 hour less each day. Her stress dropped dramatically. Aisha didn't need more hustle. She needed better focus. Your priority pulse check-in. Each week, set aside 20 to 30 minutes for a priority check-in. What are my top 3 priorities this week? Am I spending enough time in quadrant 2? What can I delegate, automate, or eliminate? What's one decision I've been avoiding that's slowing me down? What's the one thing I must get done this week? These questions aren't just reflective, they're clarifying. They help align your time with your goals before the week gets away from you. Decision fatigue, the enemy of clear priorities. Did you know the average person makes over 35,000 decisions a day? That's a cognitive tax. Every small choice, what to wear, what to eat, what to respond to, drains mental energy. That's why smart prioritizers automate low-level decisions, same breakfast, same clothes. Use checklists for repeatable tasks. Set up daily routines. Pre-plan their top 3 daily tasks the night before. The less you think about what to do, the more energy you have to do the important things. Your turn. Action steps. Let's put this chapter into motion. Chapter 5. Build habits that work for you. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. James Clear. You've gained clarity on what matters. You've begun designing your days with intention. You've even started cutting distractions and prioritizing the essential. But here's the catch. Without habits to support your focus, all of it can fall apart. Discipline is powerful, but willpower alone is like a match, strong for a moment, then gone. Habits are different. Habits are systems. They're the invisible scaffolding that holds your priorities up even on bad days, when you're tired, stressed, overwhelmed, or just don't feel like it. If you want consistency, you need habits that work for you, not against you. Let's dive in. Why habits are the hidden engine of time mastery. Every day, you make countless small choices. Do I open my laptop and start working, or do I scroll through social media first? Do I plan my day, or just wing it? Do I eat something nourishing, or grab whatever's fastest? Each of these micro-decisions may seem trivial, but added up, they shape your results, routines, and ultimately your life. First we make our habits. Then our habits make us. The problem is, most people don't design their habits. They drift into them. If you've ever looked back on a week and wondered, where did the time go? Chances are, your habits were in control. Let's flip the script. Let's build habits that support your time, not steal it. The Habit Formation Framework. Let's keep things simple and science-backed. Here's how habits are formed. Cue, trigger. Something that initiates the behavior. Craving, the emotional or mental urge to act. Response, the actual behavior you perform. Reward, the benefit your brain receives. Dopamine hit, relief, satisfaction. This is called the habit loop, popularized by Charles Duhigg in The Power of Habit and refined by James Clear in Atomic Habits. To build new habits, you want to make the cue obvious, make the craving desirable, make the response easy, make the reward satisfying. Let's look at how to apply this to time mastery. Time-smart habits you can build today. Let's break down a few habits that can supercharge your daily effectiveness. Small Blue Diamond 1. The Daily Planning Habit. Cue. After morning coffee or shower. Craving. Clarity and control. Response. 5-minute review of top 3 priorities. Reward. Feeling focused and ready. Brain why it works. This habit trains your brain to start each day with purpose, not panic. It reduces decision fatigue and anxiety. Small Blue Diamond 2. The Focus Block Habit. Cue. Start of your peak energy window. Craving. Deep progress and momentum. Response. 60 to 90 minutes of single-task work. Reward. Task completed plus visual checkmark. Brain why it works. You create a ritual of showing up for your most important work, no matter what distractions are waiting. Small Blue Diamond 3. The End-of-Day Review Habit. Cue. Right before logging off or dinner. Craving. Closure and reflection. Response. Brief review. What went well, what didn't, what's next. Reward. Peace of mind plus better sleep. Brain why it works. Ending your day with reflection reduces anxiety, improves your memory, and strengthens tomorrow's planning. Build one habit at a time. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. In fact, that's one of the biggest mistakes people make. They try to change too much, too fast. Instead, focus on one habit for the next 30 days. Make it small. Make it obvious. Make it automatic. Examples. Write down your 3 most important tasks every morning. Start your workday with a 10-minute no distractions rule. Take a 5-minute walk after lunch each day. Spend 5 minutes each evening planning tomorrow. This isn't about big effort. It's about tiny consistency. The 2-minute rule. How to start any habit. If you're struggling to stick with a habit, try this powerful principle. Any habit can be started in under 2 minutes. The goal isn't perfection, it's initiation. Want to journal daily? Just open your notebook and write 1 sentence. Want to exercise more? Just put on your workout clothes. Want to meditate? Sit on the cushion and take 1 breath. These micro-habits reduce resistance. Once you start, momentum often takes over. Stacking habits. Create routines that flow. Habit stacking is the art of linking new habits to existing ones, so they become automatic. Brain formula. After I existing habit, I will new habit. Examples. After I brush my teeth, I review my top 3 goals. After I start my computer, I open my time-blocking schedule. After I make coffee, I stretch for 2 minutes. By attaching new behaviors to already ingrained ones, you remove decision-making friction and make the new habits stick faster. Designing a productive morning routine. Your morning sets the tone for the day. When you control your morning, you control your momentum. Here's a sample 30-minute morning ritual designed for time mastery. Time activity. 7 to 7:05 wake up, deep breath, gratitude. 7:05 to 7:10 stretch or move your body. 7:10 to 7:15 drink water or coffee. 7:15 to 7:25 plan the day. Top 3, schedule. 7:25 to 7:30 review goals or visualize. You can scale this up or down. What matters is intentionality, not perfection. Tracking habits equals reinforcing them. If you want to make a habit stick, track it. Why? It creates visual proof of progress. It activates your brain's reward system. It builds accountability. It makes the habit more real. Use a habit tracker, calendar, or app. Cross off each day you complete the habit. This turns your progress into a streak, and psychologically, we hate breaking streaks. Don't rely on motivation, rely on systems. Motivation is like weather. Sometimes it's sunny and strong. Other times, it disappears without warning. You can't build your productivity on something so unreliable. Systems, on the other hand, are consistent. Winners and losers have the same goals. The difference is in their systems. Your system is your set of habits, routines, and structures that make the right action the easy one. Want to write every day? Build a system. Set a recurring time. Create a trigger, coffee, music. Use a template to remove friction. Track your word count. Now it's not about waiting for inspiration. It's about showing up to the system, breaking bad habits, and replacing them. Some habits steal your time and energy. Scrolling endlessly, overchecking email, procrastinating important tasks. Here's how to break them. Identify the trigger, what starts the behavior. Change the environment, remove temptation. Replace with a positive habit, same cue, better response. Make the new habit easy and satisfying. Example. Bad habit. Checking social media first thing in the morning. Trigger. Picking up your phone after waking up. New habit. Put your phone in another room. Read for 5 minutes instead. The key. Don't just remove, replace. Case study. Lena the overwhelmed marketer. Lena was a content strategist at a growing startup. She was sharp, creative, and driven, but constantly burned out. She'd start strong on Monday, then spiral into overwhelm by Thursday. Her biggest issue? No consistent habits. Every day felt reactive. She began small. Morning, 10-minute planning ritual with her top 3 priorities. Midday, 90-minute focus block, no distractions. Evening, 5-minute review, tracking her biggest win. Within 1 month, her results changed. More work done in fewer hours. Less stress and decision fatigue. Greater control over her time. She didn't add effort, she added systems. Your turn. Action steps. Let's bring this chapter to life. White heavy check mark. Build a habit blueprint. Choose one small, time-aligned habit to build this month. Define the habit using this format. Cue. Response. Habit. Reward. Anchor it to an existing habit. Habit stacking. Use the 2-minute rule to initiate it daily. Track it for 30 days. Use a simple calendar or habit app. After 30 days, reflect and refine. Then add your next habit. Remember, you don't need to change everything. You just need to start building the right small systems and let consistency work its magic. Chapter 6. Protect your time. Learn to say no. You have to decide what your highest priorities are and have the courage, pleasantly, smilingly, non-apologetically, to say no to other things. Stephen Covey. Time is your most precious, non-renewable resource. Yet we give it away, freely, often carelessly. Sure, I'll jump on that quick call. Yes, I can squeeze that in today. Okay, I'll help even though I'm behind on my own work. The world won't stop asking for your time. If anything, the more capable and reliable you are, the more people will ask. That's why protecting your time is not a luxury, it's a necessity. And the most powerful tool you have. A simple, intentional, well-placed no. Why you struggle to say no. Let's be honest. Saying no is hard. You don't want to seem selfish, unhelpful, or ungrateful. You may fear disappointing someone, burning a bridge, or missing out. But let's flip the question. What is it costing you to keep saying yes to everything? Time with family, space for your health, progress on your personal goals, peace of mind. Every yes is a trade. You're not just giving time, you're giving energy, attention, and availability. If you don't decide what gets your time, the world will decide for you. No is not negative, it's strategic. Saying no isn't rude. It's not selfish. It's not even resistance. It's focus. It's the disciplined act of choosing what matters most over what's simply available. It's how you create boundaries that protect your priorities, your mental health, and your long-term vision. It's how you stay in the driver's seat of your life. The hidden cost of always saying yes. When you say yes to everything, you dilute your impact. You stretch your focus thin. You carry other people's burdens at the expense of your own progress. You start resenting the very things you agreed to. Over time, this builds into chronic stress, burnout, and the painful feeling that your life is not your own. Protecting your time starts with learning this truth. No is a complete sentence. When to say no, and when to say yes. You don't have to be a chronic naysayer. The goal isn't to reject everything, it's to discern wisely. Ask these questions before committing to anything new. Does this align with my top 3 priorities right now? What will I have to say no to in order to say yes to this? Would I still say yes if this request came tomorrow or a week from now? Does this energize me or deplete me? Is this a hell yes or just an obligation? If it's not a clear yes, it's probably a no in disguise. Create your personal no filter. To make faster decisions, build a personal checklist, your own filter for requests, invitations, or opportunities. White heavy check mark alignment. Does this support your goals, values, or mission? White heavy check mark timing. Is this the right time to take this on? White heavy check mark capacity. Do you have the bandwidth, mentally, emotionally, physically? White heavy check mark reciprocity. Is this a one-way ask, or is it mutually beneficial? If it fails 2 or more filters, pass. How to say no without burning bridges. Let's face it, it's not just saying no, it's how you say it that matters. You can be clear, kind, and confident all at once. Here are some simple, graceful scripts you can use in real life. Small blue diamond, the full plate, no. Thanks for thinking of me. I'm currently at full capacity and wouldn't be able to give this the attention it deserves. Small blue diamond, the not aligned, no. I really appreciate the offer. It's not aligned with my priorities right now, but I wish you success with it. Small blue diamond, the delay and reassess, no. This sounds interesting. Could we revisit it in 2 weeks/month? My current commitments won't allow me to take this on right now. Small blue diamond, the referral, no. This isn't a fit for me, but I'd be happy to connect you with someone who might be a better match. These responses are honest and respectful. They honor both your time and the person asking. Setting boundaries is a leadership skill. Whether you're a manager, a parent, an entrepreneur, or a freelancer, boundaries communicate. Clarity. You know what matters. Maturity. You respect your limits. Confidence. You don't need to say yes to be valuable. Vision. You're committed to a bigger purpose. When you protect your time, people take you more seriously. You lead by example. You teach others to respect your time because you respect it first. Create time boundaries in your schedule. Let's make this tangible. Set non-negotiable time boundaries in your daily calendar. These could include focus blocks, time where you are completely unavailable for deep work. No meeting zones, daily or weekly hours where meetings are not allowed. Off hours, evenings or weekends where you are not responding to work messages. Transition time, gaps between meetings or commitments so you don't burn out. Brain tip: communicate your boundaries clearly. Use auto-replies, calendar visibility, and team conversations to set expectations. Case study: Kevin the nice guy manager. Kevin was the go-to guy on his team. Everyone liked him. Everyone asked him for help. He said yes to everything. The result? He worked 11-hour days, missed deadlines on his own projects, and rarely spent time with his family. He realized he was trading approval for autonomy. So he did 3 things. Created a 2-hour focus block each morning, no interruptions. Trained his team to come to him with solutions, not just problems. Practiced saying, "Let me check my schedule and get back to you." Within weeks, he reclaimed control over his time, reduced stress, and became more respected, not less. People didn't stop liking him. They started trusting him more. Protecting your time is not equal to being rigid. Boundaries aren't walls. They're fences with gates. You can still be flexible, generous, spontaneous, but from a place of choice, not obligation. A healthy time boundary doesn't say, "I don't care about you." It says, "I care about myself enough to protect my energy, and that helps me show up for you better, too." Build a not-to-do list. We often obsess over what we should do. But what about what we shouldn't? A not-to-do list is a powerful tool for guarding your time. Examples: crossmark don't check email before 10 a.m. Crossmark don't attend meetings without an agenda. Crossmark don't say yes without 24 hours to decide. Crossmark don't work with clients who drain your energy. Crossmark don't multitask during focus hours. Review this list weekly. Add to it. Keep it visible. It's not just about productivity, it's about protecting your peace. Your turn. Action steps. Let's make your boundaries real. White heavy checkmark time protection protocol. Write down your top 3 current priorities. For each request or opportunity this week, ask, "Does this support my priorities?" Choose one time boundary to implement, e.g., no meetings before 11 a.m. Write down 3 go-to no scripts you can use. Create your not-to-do list and place it near your workspace. Practice saying no once a day this week. Reflect. How did it feel? What happened? Boundaries are built through repetition, not resolve. Chapter 7. Manage your energy, not just your time. Time management without energy management is like owning a clock with no battery. You've got the hours, but no power. So far, we've covered how to clarify your priorities, structure your day, protect your time, and build supportive habits. These are all essential strategies, but there's one more layer that holds everything together. Your energy. Time alone is neutral. What you do with it depends entirely on how you feel, mentally, emotionally, and physically. You could have 3 free hours in your calendar, but if your brain is foggy, your emotions are scattered, and your body is drained, those hours are wasted. That's why true productivity isn't just about managing your minutes. It's about managing your momentum. The energy-time connection. Imagine you're driving a sports car with a full tank of gas. It's 9 a.m., and you've just sat down at your desk. You've got a plan, a time-blocked calendar, and a clear to-do list. But what happens if you slept poorly last night? You skipped breakfast? You're emotionally drained from a difficult conversation yesterday? You've already checked your phone 10 times in 15 minutes? Suddenly, that sports car is running on fumes. The clock is ticking, but you're barely moving. That's the hidden trap of time-based productivity. You assume all hours are created equal. They're not. An hour of focused high-energy work can be more productive than 3 hours of distracted, low-energy effort. So, how do you maximize your energy? Let's break it down. The 4 dimensions of energy. Your energy isn't just physical. It's a multidimensional resource, influenced by every part of your lifestyle. To manage it well, you need to understand its components. Physical energy, your body's fuel tank. Sleep, nutrition, movement, hydration. Mental energy, your ability to concentrate and process information. Emotional energy, your mood, resilience, and stress levels. Spiritual energy, your sense of purpose, alignment, and meaning. Let's look at each one and how to optimize it for better time mastery. 1. Physical energy, your biological foundation. If your body is tired, every task feels heavier. Small blue diamond, sleep. Sleep is not optional. It's the foundation of energy, mood, memory, focus, and immune function. Aim for 7 to 9 hours per night. A consistent sleep-wake schedule, even on weekends. No screens 30 to 60 minutes before bed. A cool, dark, quiet sleep environment. Person in bed pro tip. Create a wind-down routine that signals your brain it's time to rest. Include stretching, reading, or journaling. Small blue diamond, nutrition. Food is fuel. Low-quality fuel leads to low-quality focus. Focus on protein-rich breakfasts to stabilize blood sugar. Hydration. Start your day with water, not caffeine. Whole foods, processed snacks. Avoiding sugar crashes midday. Green salad energy hack. Keep healthy snacks nearby. Nuts, fruit, protein bars, so you don't reach for junk when energy dips. Small blue diamond, movement. You don't need a 90-minute gym session to boost your energy. Even short, intentional movement can reset your focus. Walking meetings. Desk stretches every 30 to 60 minutes. 10-minute movement breaks between tasks. Person running energy hack. Use movement as a transition between focus blocks. 2. Mental energy. Fueling your focus engine. Your mind has limits. Like a battery, it drains as the day progresses, especially with multitasking, decision fatigue, and distractions. Small blue diamond, reduce cognitive clutter. Mental clutter steals focus. Declutter by closing unused tabs and apps. Using a second brain, notes app, journal, planner. Capturing ideas immediately so they don't take up mental space. Brain mental hygiene tip. Start each day with a brain dump. Clear out lingering thoughts, tasks, and worries. Small blue diamonds, schedule deep work during peak hours. Your brain has windows of peak performance, usually 2 to 4 hours after waking. Use that window for writing, strategic planning, complex problem solving. Save routine tasks for lower energy periods. Chart increasing peak performance tip. Track your energy across the day for 1 week to find your personal focus zone. 3. Emotional energy. Guarding your inner atmosphere. It's hard to work well when you're anxious, frustrated, or overwhelmed. Emotional energy is like air pressure. When it's off, everything feels harder. Small blue diamond, manage stress intentionally. Stress is part of life, but unmanaged stress becomes a chronic energy leak. Use tools like deep breathing, inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 4. Short mindfulness breaks. Talking to a friend or coach. Journaling to release mental tension. Person in lotus position recovery tip. Build in emotional resets throughout the day, especially after hard meetings or tasks. Small blue diamond, avoid energy vampires. Some people lift you, others drain you. Limit time with chronic complainers, constant demanders, people who disrespect your boundaries. Busts in silhouette energy filter. Ask, do I feel more energized or more depleted after spending time with this person? 4. Spiritual energy, aligning with what matters. This isn't about religion, it's about meaning. When your daily actions feel connected to something bigger than just checking boxes, your energy increases. Small blue diamond, connect with your why. Remind yourself regularly why you started, who you're doing this for. What your work enables for your life. Lightbulb morning ritual tip. Read your vision or goals out loud each morning. Reconnect with your purpose. Small blue diamond, create work that feels meaningful. Not every task is inspiring, but every day should include something that feels aligned with your values. Whether that's helping others, learning, creating, or growing. Design your schedule to include purpose, not just productivity. The energy audit. Know before you burn out. Check in with your energy like you would your car's dashboard. Use the following self-assessment once a week. Area score, 1 to 10. Notes/action. Sleep quality. Nutrition habits. Movement/activity. Focus ability. Emotional state. Sense of purpose. Where are you leaking energy? That's your starting point for change. Case study. Julia, the time master with no fuel. Julia, a senior executive, had everything planned to the minute. Calendars, workflows, priorities. On paper, she was a productivity machine. But every afternoon, she crashed. Her focus vanished. She snapped at her team. Her weekends were spent recovering, not enjoying. She realized she was managing time like a pro, but ignoring her energy. Her turnaround. Prioritized 8 hours of sleep, even when deadlines loomed. Added 20-minute walks between meetings. Ate protein-rich breakfasts. Scheduled 2 quiet hours daily for solo work. Took Sundays off completely. Within a month, her performance, relationships, and health improved dramatically. Time mastery plus energy mastery equals sustainable success. Your turn. Action steps. Let's optimize your energy starting today. White heavy check mark energy management protocol. Audit your energy across the 4 categories: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. Choose one small upgrade in each area. Examples. Physical. Go to bed 30 minutes earlier. Mental. Close and used browser tabs while working. Emotional. Schedule 5-minute breathwork at 2 p.m. Spiritual. Start the day by reviewing your weekly goal. Create energy rituals. Mini practices that reset your focus throughout the day, like a walk after lunch or journaling after work. At the end of each day, ask, did I protect my energy as much as I protected my time? Build the habit of managing energy like it matters, because it does. Chapter 8. Create deep work sessions that matter. Deep work is the ability to focus without distraction on a cognitively demanding task. It's a skill that allows you to quickly master complicated information and produce better results in less time. Cal Newport. In a world of noise, constant pings, endless scrolls, and shallow multitasking, the ability to focus deeply is rare, and therefore incredibly valuable. It's the superpower behind writing a book, designing a product, crafting a strategy, learning a skill, solving a complex problem, launching a meaningful business. This chapter is about building an environment, mindset, and system to do your best work, the work that moves the needle, leaves a legacy, or launches a dream. It's time to go deep. What is deep work? Coined and popularized by author and computer science professor Cal Newport, deep work is a concept that defines professional activities performed in a state of distraction-free concentration that push your cognitive capabilities to their limit. In contrast, shallow work includes responding to emails, checking Slack or Teams, administrative busy work, passive meetings, skimming articles or dashboards. Shallow work keeps the wheels turning, but deep work builds the engine. Deep work is the zone where true progress is made. Why deep work matters more than ever. We live in an attention economy. Your ability to focus is your most valuable currency. With AI, automation, and infinite digital tools, the future won't belong to the fastest. It'll belong to those who can go deep, think clearly, and create work that matters. But most people live in shallow mode, constantly distracted, context switching, reacting, refreshing, and struggling to find the flow state. That's why building deep work into your day is no longer optional. It's essential. Let's learn how. Step 1. Identify your deep work activities. Deep work looks different for everyone. Start by defining what work is most important for your unique goals. What work requires my full mental capacity? What work creates the most value? What tasks, if done deeply, would significantly move the needle? Examples: writing, content, books, sales copy, strategic planning, product design, coding or technical builds, creative brainstorming, learning or research. Brain clarity exercise. Write down your top 3 deep work activities. These are the tasks you should be fiercely protecting in your calendar. Step 2. Schedule deep work, don't wing it. You can't do deep work when you have time. That's a trap. You must schedule it intentionally, just like a meeting with your most important client, because that's what it is, a meeting with your future self. Here's how. Choose a time block when your energy is highest, often morning. Set a clear start and end time, 60 to 120 minutes. Put it on your calendar. Label it clearly, deep work, strategy draft. Treat it as sacred. No exceptions unless it's a true emergency. Calendar pro tip. Start with just 1 deep work session per day. You'll be amazed how powerful 1 undistracted hour can be. Step 3. Prepare your environment. Distractions are the enemy of depth. To go deep, you need to remove everything that pulls you shallow. Here's how to create a distraction-free environment. Digital. Close all unrelated browser tabs. Silence or turn off your phone, or leave it in another room. Use site blockers, like Cold Turkey, Freedom, or Focus Me. Disable email and messaging apps during your session. Physical. Declutter your workspace. Put on noise-canceling headphones or ambient music. Let others know you are unavailable for a set time. This isn't extreme. It's intentional. You're protecting the highest leverage hour of your day. Step 4. Set a clear goal for each session. Avoid sitting down with vague intentions. Clarity fuels focus. Instead of work on presentation, try. Finish slides 1 to 5 of investor deck. Write 1,000 words of article. Sketch 3 concepts for homepage redesign. Having a tangible, specific goal reduces mental friction and gives you a clear finish line. Direct hit tip. Start each session by writing your goal on a sticky note in front of you. Keep your target in sight, literally. Step 5. Use time techniques to stay focused. Once you've started your session, you need a rhythm to stay focused. Try these techniques. Small blue diamond Pomodoro method, great for starters. 25 minutes of work. 5-minute break. Repeat 4 times, then take a longer break. Small blue diamond 90-minute focus sprint. 1 full session of deep focus. Break with movement or recovery. Small blue diamond time blocking with checkpoints. 2 hours blocked. Every 30 minutes. Pause for 1 minute to breathe, stretch, and check alignment with your goal. Pick what works for your brain. The key is structured intensity followed by intentional recovery. Step 6. Embrace boredom between deep work. This one might surprise you. In between deep work sessions, don't flood your brain with stimulation, social media, TV, email, etc. Instead, go for a walk. Sit in silence. Journal or reflect. Nap. Meditate. Daydream. This helps your brain process, recharge, and come back stronger. Sparkle's creative hack. Some of your best ideas will come after your deep work session, when your brain is at rest. Give it space. Step 7. Review, reflect, repeat. At the end of each deep work session, take 2 to 5 minutes to review. What did I accomplish? What distracted me, if anything? What can I improve next time? This reflection turns each session into a training session. Over time, you'll get stronger, faster, more focused. Notebook deep work log. Keep a small journal or doc to log each session's outcome. It keeps you accountable and shows real progress. Case study: Omar the juggler turned deep worker. Omar was a software developer juggling feature requests, bug fixes, support emails, and internal meetings. He was constantly context switching, spending 12 hours a day working, but feeling like nothing got done. He decided to try deep work. 90-minute block every morning for coding, no Slack, no email. Clear goal, ship one major update per week. Noise-canceling headphones, phone in drawer, water nearby. The result? 3x productivity. Higher code quality. Reduced burnout. Evenings reclaimed for personal time. He didn't work more, he worked deeper. Deep work is a lifestyle shift. Going deep isn't just about productivity, it's a mindset. It says, I value quality over speed. I protect space for creation, not just consumption. I choose focus over frenzy. Over time, your ability to focus deeply becomes a skill that compounds. Like fitness, it builds endurance, power, and resilience. Overcoming resistance to deep work. Yes, deep work is hard. Your brain will resist it at first, because it's not used to being quiet and still. Expect fidgeting, mind wandering, urges to check your phone, self-doubt, this isn't going anywhere. Don't quit. This is normal. Push through the first 15 minutes. That's often all it takes to break through the friction and drop into flow. Brain reminder, deep work is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. Your turn. Action steps. Let's take everything you've learned and turn it into action. White heavy checkmark deep work launch plan. Identify 1 to 3 tasks that require deep work in your role or goals. Schedule one 60-90-minute session tomorrow. Protect it. Prepare your space. Clean desk, silence devices, block distractions. Set a specific goal for your session. Write, design, plan, etc. Use a method, Pomodoro, Sprint, etc., and stick to it. Log your result and note any wins or improvements. Repeat 3-5x per week for the next 30 days. Track your focus. Measure your momentum. Watch your progress accelerate. Chapter 9. Reflect, Review, and Refine. Master the weekly reset. Without reflection, we go blindly on our way, creating more unintended consequences, and failing to achieve anything useful. Margaret J. Wheatley. Time mastery isn't about getting everything right the first time. It's about consistently reviewing what worked, understanding what didn't, and making small, deliberate adjustments along the way. This chapter is your invitation to step out of the day-to-day blur, zoom out, and look at your life like a strategist. Because here's a truth few talk about. Productivity without review leads to burnout. Planning without reflection leads to repetition. Weekly reviews create rhythm, resilience, and results. They give you back control. Let's learn how to use this simple, powerful ritual to recalibrate your time, focus your energy, and stay aligned with what really matters. Why weekly reviews are a game changer. Most people operate on autopilot. They complete tasks without knowing if those tasks move them forward. They repeat unhelpful habits without questioning them. They feel stuck even when they're busy. A weekly review breaks that loop. It's like a pit stop for your life. You check the engine, your energy. You look at the map, your goals. You assess the path you're on, your habits. And then you re-enter the week with intention, not inertia. Just 30 to 60 minutes once a week can transform how you show up every day. The psychology behind the review. Our brains crave closure. They also crave clarity. Without reflection, we accumulate mental residue. Unfinished tasks. Lingering anxieties. Unprocessed events. Missed insights. This creates cognitive clutter. A weekly review acts like a brain shower. It clears the fog and makes space for smarter decisions. It also activates your metacognition, your ability to think about your thinking. This is the foundation of personal growth. When to do your weekly review. The ideal time is at the end of your workweek, Friday afternoon or evening, or before the next one starts, Sunday evening or early Monday. The key is consistency. Create a ritual. Same time, same place, same flow. Maybe it's at your favorite coffee shop with headphones. or in your journal at your kitchen table, or using your favorite task management app. Mantelpiece clock, time investment. Just 30 to 60 minutes weekly. Light bulb return on investment. More clarity, more results, less wasted motion. The weekly review framework. Here's a 7-step framework that balances reflection, refocus, and replanning. You can do this with a journal, a digital doc, or a task manager app. Small blue diamond. Step 1. Celebrate the wins. Start on a positive note. List at least 3 things that went well this week. What did you finish? What progress did you make? What decision did you finally act on? What habit did you follow through on? Why this matters? It shifts your brain into a success mindset. It builds momentum and reinforces progress, even if the week felt chaotic. Small blue diamond. Step 2. Review your goals and priorities. Pull out your quarterly or monthly goals. Did your actions this week reflect those goals? What moved forward? What got ignored? Are your priorities still aligned with your bigger vision? Compass. If not, adjust. Goals are living documents, not prison cells. Small blue diamond. Step 3. Scan the calendar and task list. Look back over your appointments, time blocks, to-dos, finished and unfinished. What took more time than expected? What got pushed aside? Were you honoring your peak productivity hours? Did you overbook yourself? This is your time audit. Look for patterns, inefficiencies, or surprises. Learn from them. Small blue diamond. Step 4. Identify stuck points or friction. What frustrated you this week? Tasks that kept getting delayed. People or projects that drained you. Tools or systems that slowed you down. Now ask, can I delegate this? Can I automate this? Can I eliminate this? This step is where you clean up your time leaks. Small blue diamond. Step 5. Reconnect to your why. Pause and go inward. Why does this work matter to me? Who am I doing it for? What is this building toward? You don't need to write a novel. One sentence of clarity here can reset your motivation for the entire week. Repeat button. Optional practice. Write a weekly mission statement. Example. This week, I will show up focused and present for my clients, finish the draft of my proposal, and take care of my health through consistent movement. Refocus. Planning the week ahead. Now that you've reflected, it's time to realign. Small blue diamond. Step 6. Define your big 3 for the week. If I only accomplished 3 things this week, what would make it successful? These should be meaningful, outcome-driven tasks, not just things that have to get done. Examples. Submit grant proposal. Finalize trip itinerary for family. Create next month's content calendar. Have that overdue hard conversation. Put these 3 items at the top of your planner or calendar. They are your compass. Small blue diamond. Step 7. Design your week. Now structure your time based on what matters. This includes blocking time for your big 3, creating 1 to 2 deep work sessions, scheduling meetings intentionally, protecting buffer time for transitions and breaks, adding self-care, movement, rest, and connection. Don't fill every minute. Leave margin for unexpected delays, mental recovery, and creativity. Spiral calendar. Pro tip. Use themes for your days. Example. Monday, planning plus admin. Tuesday through Thursday, execution plus creation. Friday, review, reflection, communication. This reduces decision fatigue and adds flow to your week. Common mistakes to avoid. Even well-intentioned weekly reviews can go off course. Watch out for these traps. Crossmark. Treating it like a to-do list audit. A review is not just about what you did or didn't check off. It's about learning, adjusting, and recentering. Crossmark. Skipping reflection for planning. Don't rush into planning next week without understanding what worked this week. Reflection is your data. Crossmark. Being too harsh on yourself. You're not reviewing to punish yourself. You're reviewing to improve your process, not attack your character. Progress. not perfection. Case study: Danny the overwhelmed entrepreneur. Danny ran a fast-growing coaching business. She was ambitious, organized, and constantly in motion. But every Friday she felt like she had barely moved the needle. After implementing a weekly review ritual, everything changed. Her routine: Friday mornings, coffee plus reflection. Wins, lessons, and energy leaks. Top 3 for next week. Deep work slots booked in advance. 1 new boundary each week. Result: revenue doubled in 6 months. 15 fewer hours of busy work per week. Renewed energy, creative breakthroughs, and better sleep. The secret: review, reset, realign, repeat. Advanced: monthly and quarterly reflections. While weekly reviews are powerful, zooming out once a month or quarter helps you. Adjust goals and strategies. Celebrate big wins. Course correct early. Reflect on long-term vision. Light bulb quarterly reflection questions. What were my biggest wins this quarter? What habits worked? Which ones didn't? What relationships grew or withered? What did I avoid and why? What will success look like in the next 90 days? Combine with a goal-setting session, and you've got a high-performance life blueprint. Your turn. Action steps. Let's put your weekly review system in motion. White heavy checkmark the weekly review checklist. Schedule it now, 30 to 60 minutes every Friday or Sunday. Use this flow. Celebrate 3 wins. Review goals plus priorities. Scan your calendar and task list. Identify friction or stuck points. Reconnect to your purpose. Choose your big 3 for next week. Block time for deep work, meetings, and rest. Track progress. Use a journal or digital doc to store weekly reflections. Experiment. Try different review styles until you find your flow. Start this week. Make it sacred. Protect it like a meeting with your future self. Chapter 10. Design a life that honors your time. The bad news is time flies. The good news is you're the pilot. Michael Altshuler. Time is not just a container for tasks. It's the raw material of your entire life. Every minute, every hour, every day, how you use it becomes who you are. And when you start mastering your time, you're not just becoming more productive. You're becoming more you. This final chapter isn't just about productivity or performance. It's about integration. It's about designing a life that reflects your priorities, protects your energy, and cultivates purposeful freedom. Let's zoom out, breathe in, and bring it all together. Time mastery is self-mastery. The real secret to mastering time isn't hacks, tools, or schedules. It's awareness. When you're aware of your priorities, you stop chasing what doesn't matter. Energy, you stop fighting your biology. Habits, you stop being ruled by autopilot. Boundaries, you stop pleasing everyone else at your expense. Progress, you start living by design, not default. This awareness leads to ownership. And ownership turns time into agency. Reviewing the 10 principles. Let's revisit each principle we've covered and see how they build on each other to form a cohesive system. 1. Clarity of vision. You identified what matters. You stopped drifting and started defining. Time without clarity is chaos. Time with clarity is power. 2. Prioritization. You learn to filter the urgent from the important. Not everything matters equally. 3. Eliminating distractions. You reclaimed focus from the attention economy. You learned to guard your attention as fiercely as your time. 4. Strategic planning. You moved from reactive to proactive by structuring your week around your values. A good week is one you planned intentionally. 5. Habits and systems. You shifted from willpower to automation. You stopped relying on motivation and built rituals that carry you forward. 6. Protecting your time. You developed boundaries and said no with confidence. Saying no became an act of leadership, not rejection. 7. Energy management. You matched your schedule to your biology. You began optimizing when, not just what you work on. 8. Deep work. You protected space for the work that truly matters. You created momentum by focusing without distraction. 9. Weekly reviews. You developed a feedback loop to learn and adapt. You stopped repeating mistakes and started evolving systems. Now comes the final shift, making this a way of life. From routine to rhythm. Time mastery isn't about being rigid or robotic. It's about developing a rhythm that fits your values, your energy, your season of life, your evolving goals. That rhythm can be fast or slow, intense or spacious, structured or fluid, as long as it's yours. Rhythm means you reflect weekly, but also allow for rest. You plan your days, but forgive yourself when plans change. You protect your mornings, but leave room for spontaneity. It's not perfection, it's intentionality with grace. Designing a time-aligned life. Let's walk through a powerful exercise to help you align your lifestyle with what matters most. Writing hand, the 4 levels of time alignment. Purpose. Why do you do what you do? Priorities. What matters most in this season of life? Processes. How do you live out your values day to day? Protection. What do you guard to keep it all sustainable? Ask yourself, do my calendar and goals reflect my values? Do I spend more time on the things that bring meaning or maintenance? Are my habits designed to support what's important or just what's urgent? Am I proud of how I spend my days? If not, that's not a flaw. It's a flag, a signal that it's time to realign. The 3 levels of mastery. Everyone starts at different stages, but the goal is to keep moving from management to mastery. Yellow circle level 1. Survival mode. Time feels like it's slipping away, constantly behind, often reactive and overwhelmed. Seedling first step. Clarity and boundaries. Focus on saying no, reducing distractions, tracking your time. Orange circle level 2. Structured living. Tasks and priorities are planned. Energy is more consistent. Focus sessions happen regularly. Herb next step. Deep work and weekly reviews. Focus on refining, eliminating, and growing habits that stick. Green circle level 3. Purposeful flow. Clear vision aligned with action. Deep focus comes naturally. Calendar reflects mission, not noise. Deciduous tree next step. Teaching others, evolving systems, expanding impact. Focus on building from alignment and leading by example. Wherever you are, keep moving forward. Mastery is not a destination. It's a dynamic, evolving state of intentional living. Time freedom is not equal to doing nothing. The ultimate goal of time mastery is not to be busy, and it's not to do nothing either. It's to create space for the work that fuels you, the people who matter most, the rest that restores you, the play that reminds you you're alive. It's about trading time debt for time wealth. That doesn't mean cramming every day with goals. It means having lunch without rushing, ending your day without guilt, saying yes because you mean it, not because you're afraid to say no. It's about owning your time so your time doesn't own you. Case study: Ava, the architect of her time. Ava was a high-performing marketing executive. She was also a mom, a partner, a community leader. Her days were packed, but her heart was thinly spread. After reading about time alignment, she paused. She asked herself, if I wasn't trying to impress anyone, what would I build with my time? She redesigned her week. No meetings before 10 a.m., those hours became sacred deep work time. Fridays became Focus Fridays. No calls, only creation. Sunday nights became her weekly review ritual. Glass of wine, candle lit, playlist on. She said no to 5 opportunities that didn't align with her purpose. The result? She got more done in fewer hours. She reconnected with her creativity. She saw her kids more, laughed more, slept better. Ava didn't find a magic clock. She built a life that honored her time. So can you. Your turn. Action steps. Let's close with a powerful exercise to launch your life of time mastery. White heavy check mark. Design your ideal week blueprint. Start with your non-negotiables. Health, family, rest, spiritual time. Add in your deep work blocks, ideally 3 to 5 per week. Layer in your meetings, admin, and collaboration zones. Add buffers for flexibility, rest, and transitions. Protect 1 to 2 hours a week for review plus reflection. Include time for joy, hobbies, nature, art, conversation. Then ask, does this reflect who I want to become? What one change can I make this week to move closer? Start there. Small moves. Big shifts. Time mastery is life mastery. You came to this book because you wanted to manage time better. But what you really did was step into authorship of your life. Took ownership of your habits. Protected your focus. Respected your energy. Said no to distractions. Said yes to growth. Showed up on purpose. Now, you have the tools to keep evolving. And more importantly, you've proven that time is not your enemy. It's your greatest asset. Use it with clarity. Protect it with boundaries. Invest it with courage. Rest in it with peace. And most of all, live it fully. A final message. Mastering the clock is not about controlling time. It's about aligning with it. Your time is your life. Make it art. Make it service. Make it yours. Now go build a life worth the hours.